Something told me to check my mic, but I thought I had already unmuted it. Am I good now? So super excited. Say hello as you guys are popping on. I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing once this live is processed to cut out the beginning part. But that's one reason why I love live streaming. I do it for the community. I do it for the conversation. I do it for like feeling like you're sitting down, having a cup of coffee with me, having a drink, having a fresca, whatever, right? And I'm just sharing from my abundance. So today is going to be kind of a slow roll, I think. I'm going to go into this kind of slow, allowing people to pop on. I'm so excited for the months ahead. Like, I feel like I've reached a pivotal point in my own journey. It's like I woke up a couple days ago and I started thinking about the content that I want to create, closing out this year. And at first I was like, what do I want to create over these next couple of weeks? Like, what do I want my messaging to be? What do I really want to focus on in terms of like the kind of content? And I just got back to the fact where I'm like, you know what, Steph, let's just really, really talk about making money. Like, really walk people through, like, again, your methodology, how you do what you do, like give people a real opportunity to see the inside, like, of your business mind and how you do the things that you do. And I think the reason I feel so called to go back there is, wow, today's the 24th. I started my online business journey August 26th of 2007. So it's almost been 17 years. And I just remember that when I was getting started, it was the everyday conversations. It was the real talk around making money that really made a difference for me. It wasn't the lingo. It wasn't the tech stuff. Like, it was just the real conversation around how people were doing it and how I could do it too, and how anyone else could go out there and do it too. It was like, the nuts and bolts around just like good old fashioned, like attracting like, and attraction marketing. And remember, the internet was still so new in terms of like a platform for making money. And so like just learning how to turn Google and MySpace and forums and YouTube. And then when Facebook emerged, like how to really start turning these platforms into a place, right, that we could use like as a magnet. How could we magnetize ourselves, right, and create content to call people in? And I think where so many people are misguided right now is we're hearing fancy terms like digital marketing, things like that, right? And all the lingo that's associated with it. And what just reminded me is when I think back to getting started, all I knew was that I had to create content. And I don't even think we called it creating content. Like, we use terms like showing up, right? Like, we use terms like attracting people. We use terms like my story marketing. And to me, like, that made it so simple for me to understand, because it's like, oh, I can share my story, I can share my story, I can share my journey, I can talk about like, not liking where I'm going in life right now, and using what I'm learning to transition out of being a nurse. Like, it was so easy for me to understand. And I feel that's where I'm being called to really go back to, over these next, months of the year. And I think that's going to really, really serve people. One of the mentees that I have messaged me and talked about the live that I did, I think it was on Thursday, where I really was just talking about like the power of promotion. And she said, Steph, when you talked about like the power of promotion, she's like, that's when it all made sense to me. She's like, my business is set up. Like, once everything is set up, there literally is nothing to do but to promote, right? And I think, again, that's where so many people are missing. But even with the power of promotion, oftentimes people don't really understand it's the power of content. It's deciding not to be a digital marketer, right? Like, you don't have to be a digital marketer in the true sense of digital marketing in order to have success online. Please write this down. What you have to become is a really prolific content creator. You have to get really, really good at sharing your story and even sharing stories. You've got to be really, really good at being a part of the process. You've got to be really, really good at sharing that process, right? Like, you've got to be really, really good at being a visionary, knowing where it is that you're going, knowing why in the heck you're here in the first place, right? And then taking people on that journey with you and allowing other people to buy into your vision or to be attracted to where you're going, right? And inspiring them to want to go there as well. I want to dumb down what it takes to make money online. And I want more people to realize that no matter where you are right now, that you can get started and you can begin making money. I'm going to share this, and I share this on Thursday, but I think, again, as part of my messaging of dumbing down, I think more people need to understand this. It is very easy to come online and to start looking at people that you admire, looking at people that might be your mentors, looking at people that you're like, oh my gosh, they have, 10,000 subscribers, 20,000, 30,000 subscribers, and thinking like, there's no way that I can do what they do because I don't have what they have. What I will tell you from my own business, I can't speak for anyone else's business, but what I can tell you from my own business is I came into 2024 with right around 7,000 subscribers on YouTube and like a brand new email list. Like I was starting over literally from scratch. So even though I had 7,000 subscribers, those 7,000 subscribers were from years and years of promoting a variety of different things, from biz ops to affiliate deals to coaching and consulting, right? Like I had an audience that's just full of all kinds of people. Yes, people that are interested in making money online, but from all kinds of places, right? And so you look at my account now, it's like 10,400. Right? I haven't had like skyrocket growth. I'm not viral. There's nothing crazy over the top about, what I've done. Anyone can do what I do. But here's the thing in terms of money. When I think about, right, the hundreds of sales that I've made this year. Yes, I said that correct. So I want you to really understand that it's available to you as well. The hundreds of sales that I've made this year, okay, it is very safe to say about 99, maybe 98. I know the other day I said 99.9, but I like to put a 20 on a 10 all the time, right? But about 99% of my sales are from people that just became aware of me this year, meaning they weren't following me for years and years. They weren't on some email list that I had for years and years. They're people that literally like were on YouTube in real time, found my video, right? Liked what I had to share and wanted to buy from me. So in saying that tells me that anyone, right? Yes, you, Veronica, right? You're the only one hanging out with me in the live chat, right? So it's going to be you and me today, girl. It means that anyone can decide to get started right now and to go do the work of being a prolific content creator, get your promotional skills on, and I'm going to help you with that today. And you can go out there and you can begin to make sales in your business right now. All right. My very first 30 days online, I made my first sale on day number 3. Someone write this down because I know there are people out there like you need validation. You need confirmation. You need to know that you really can start from where you are right now. And there is a chance, right, for you to succeed. And oftentimes all we need to know or all we need to hear is that someone else was in our situation at one time and that they were able to do it, right? Like they were in our situation at one time and they were able to do it. All right. So I was brand new when I got started. No audience, no list, no nothing. I didn't hardly even know how to use the internet as a place of business. I was learning as I grew. Day number 3, right, of uploading videos to YouTube and using this other social media platform we had at the time, right, I made my very first sale. In my first 30 days, I went on to make 28 sales. And every single one of those people were people that discovered me that month. They did not know me prior. Remember, I was nobody. I was nothing, right? Like we didn't just hang out on social media platforms at that time. That was not a thing. So I wasn't already out there creating content or doing anything. Does that sound like exactly what happened to me this year? It didn't matter that I already had an audience, right? What mattered is that I kept creating content and that I attracted people that knew nothing about your girl, Steph Perez, in 2023. Y'all, I have buyers that didn't know anything about me last month. And for people like Veronica, right, who's been with me for like a year, she's heard me constantly sharing these messages. In February, when I had people purchasing from me then, the people that bought from me in February didn't know about me in December. The people that purchased from me in January didn't know about me in December and November. Like, someone tell me, like, is that reassuring to you to know that you can get out there, start being a prolific content creator, doing what I'm going to break down for you today, and that literally it is possible. Don't believe the bogus stuff about like you've got to pay your dues. Yes, like in your mind, know that you've got to be willing to go through the process, right? Like, be willing to just know that you don't know when things are going to pop off for you. But at the same time, write this down. This was everything to me. Learn how to be impatient with your patience, right? What does that mean, Steph? Being impatient while you're patient means that you're not going to give up because things don't happen as fast as you think they do. You're willing to be very patient and to trust the process and to work the process. But the impatience part comes because you're insistent, right? By showing up, creating the content, doing the actual work. That's the impatience part, right? And so we're not just patient by doing 5 videos and saying, well, I didn't get nothing, right? So I'm not going to give nothing more until I get something. No, we're very impatient, right? Which I like to really account that as being like consistent, persistent, insistent, showing up. And then that creates you being a prolific force, right? And so when you become that person, you push the envelope for sales happening inside of your business. Sales don't happen because you're pissed off, right, about not having success. And so you quit. I'm not going to do nothing, right, until I start seeing results, or giving up because you don't see results, because then how in the heck will anything ever happen for you, right? And so you've got to be willing to do the work, go through the process. And I'm telling you, there are people right now that are listening to me that are going to take heed to this. And you're going to be amazed. You're going to marvel at the fact that because you decided to become a prolific force in your business, how many people are not even aware of you right now that become your customers between today and December, right? Or let's say December 31st, the first of the year, right? So a few days left of August, all of September, October, November, December, right? 4 solid months to become a prolific force and to attract people into your business, buying your products, your services, whatever you want to sell, that don't even know that you're a thing today. There is no magic number or magic formula that says you can't not make sales until you have X amount of subscribers, until you have X amount of opt-ins, right? Until you have X amount of followers, until you have X amount of friends, until you have X amount of content pieces. Every single content piece that you create online, please write this down, has the ability to generate you leads and make you sales. Every piece of content you create, you can create a piece of content today that could make you say a sale today. All it takes is the right person coming across that piece of content and saying, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I've been looking for. This person resonates with me. Like, oh my gosh, how did they know I needed this? You guys, I've had buyers, right? A customer recently said, I wasn't even on YouTube looking for a way to make money online, but your video came across my path. But she also admitted, right, to praying for a change, praying for something to help her. And even though she was on YouTube, like not even like searching for money-making stuff, somehow, right, YouTube knew that that person, right, was someone that would appreciate my video. Y'all, that's how the algorithm works. So even though she wasn't there in the moment, likelihood is she had looked up or consumed content around making money online. That was someone that did not know me prior to that video. And I want to say she purchased within days of discovering my content. Like, I just can't make it more clear. I can't be more transparent, right? Like, I don't know what I can do to get more people to realize, like, if you will just decide to become someone other than the person that's been getting whatever kind of results you've been getting thus far, and start doing something different than you've been doing if it has not been working for you. From today through the end of the year, you will amaze yourself at how many customers you can acquire that are not aware of you right now that will buy from you because you simply learned how to share online. Veronica, I'm thinking we can just go right now. I'm thinking we can just pack it up and go right now. All right, you guys, and even at the top of my notes, I said, note to self, break down and share what I did and what it looked like. I told you today's going to be a slow roll, right? Today's going to be a slow roll. All right. You guys, I want to share my vision with you. All right. I'm going to announce this part in just a minute, a few times during today's live stream. Community members. All right. Monday, our monthly training call. We're doing a deep dive. You read the email, a deep dive into intentional content creation. I'm going to help you know how to sit down. And if you want to, come out with content ideas for the rest of this year. So if you take to heart what I'm sharing today as a community member and you're like I'm going to really give this a go. Like I really want to see if I give this a go and become a prolific force, that I can make sales and attract people that don't even know me right now over these next 4 months. But see, you've got to become the person that absolutely believes that. It's not something you're trying, right? You're not putting me to the test, because I'm going to keep attracting people that are unaware of me right now. It's going to work for me because it already works for me. But for the person that's you know what? I'm doing that. I'm doing that because I don't believe Steph is special. I don't believe she's doing anything I can't do. If I'm willing to do what she does and the way that she does it, then why not me too? There's going to be people that decide to push the envelope. There are going to be people that are going to refuse to lose. And those are all attitudes that I have and consistently have in my business. I am telling you that what I'm sharing with you, it will work for you if you work this like a dog on part-time job. Not something to try. Don't give this 30, 60, 90 days and then go bounce off to something else. Because no matter what I've done online, this is the formula I've always worked and I've always used, because it simply works. It activates your business. All right. So Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, our training, and that training is kicking off my level 2 mentorship. All right. So that's I'm taking my mentorship hub and my mentorship community to a whole nother level. That training is going to kick off my level 2 mentorship, right? It's going to be profound. All right. Literally the call on Monday should be a paid call all by itself. Okay. It's going to change businesses, bank accounts, and lives. Trust me. All right. You guys, my vision. Okay. So for those of you guys that have been around, and I won't be saying this name that much more in my business, but the Roadmap 3.0 and what Zach and Hannah put in place, even though it's gone through this recent change, I truly believe that they put it together for me. I truly believe that they didn't even know, but their vision was for me. And that's why even with these changes, right, I went ahead and created my own Master Resale Rights community so that we could keep, this Master Resale Rights party going in a respectable, legit, honest, helpful way, right? Unlike a lot of things that are happening out there. Now, they have feelings around, that 3-letter word, that MRR. But you know what? I'm one of these people where I'm going to flip the script on this. I'm going to change people's hearts and I'm going to change people's minds, around the power of Master Resale Rights, the power of Readymade, the power of community, the power of support, the power of learning these skills and having something ready-made to promote as a jump off, right? I don't know what it is. My mind is just made up that I'm ready to really, really make my mark in this space. And I was just thinking today as I was reading their updates, and I'm so excited for them. So excited for the fact that they figured out a path that's going to make sense for them, right? Because they built something amazing, right? I've never built anything that big. So I understand their undertaking, and I'm so excited that they have something that's going to work for them. But even in that, I was sitting there on my patio and I said, they created this for me, but they didn't even know it at the time. They didn't even know they created this for me. because now I'm going to take this whole MRR, right? I'm going to learn. I'm going to take what I've learned from them, their lessons, right? Watching them, right? And I'm going to fix the things that need to be fixed. And I'm going to prove to people that this done correctly can change lives, that this done correctly can set people up. And the reason I say this, y'all, I have goosebumps right now, is because, gosh darn it, when I got started in 2007, I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know what I was looking for. I just knew that I wanted to find a way to come online and have a business that I could really run from the comfort of my home, right? Internet marketing, digital marketing, like all of these lingos, it was not a thing then. People were just really getting started in this way. And so I came online to learn how to have a business. And because Dave Gray, which happened to be the man's name of the program I had bought that first product from, he had a vision. The vision didn't last for many years, but he had a vision. And because I found someone's banner online and I clicked on it because I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds amazing. Attraction marketing. Someone knew the words, like he knew the words to create that would get attention. I clicked on the banner. I read the sales page and I said, this purchase won't make a dent. I don't even have to ask my husband about this. I'm going to go ahead and buy it right now. And I bought it and I read it. And at the end it said, and guess what? Right? Like you can sell this to other people. And I said, say what now? And I went out there and got a webcam, attached it to my janky little laptop in our small little 2-bedroom apartment. On those days, that laptop was plopped up on our coffee table with the couch behind me and me sitting on the doggone floor, shooting videos, sharing with people what I had discovered. I discovered a business that didn't require me to bug family and friends. I discovered a way to start doing business online where I didn't have to go to work the next day and start like, how do I tell my coworkers about what I'm doing? Like, how do I convince my mom to buy this from me so that I can, rank up? Or I was like, I found a way, like, oh my gosh. And I just started telling people. Now, while that model didn't last a long time, what I know is the power of it, because that model made it simple for me to get started and only have to focus on the power of promotion, the power of storytelling, the power of here's where I am, here's where I'm going, and this is the amazing opportunity that's helping me to get there. That's all I had to focus on. And so by focusing on that, it helped me get a strong start. And what that strong start did, it gave me confidence more than the little bit of money it put in my pocket initially, right? It gave me confidence because on day number 3, when I made that first sale, and then day number 4, the next sale, and every single day sales started coming in from the videos, the brand new videos that I was putting out there on YouTube, my thought was, wow, like people that don't even know me are finding my videos and then making the decision to buy. I want you to think about that for a second. The power of 30 days, brand new YouTube account, brand new person online, creating some videos and making 28 sales in their first 30 days. That would not have been possible if I would have read something that said, now come up with a really, really great idea that you can sell other people on. Well, crap, I don't know what I know. At that point, I would not have been convinced that I knew anything to teach people. Like the idea of creating a product was not at all what I was looking for. I didn't even know what I was looking for. But because I came from the MLM network marketing model, I understood the power of finding something that you're excited about and selling it to other people, or at least inviting people to check it out. And so literally, I was able to get started because of the power, right, of such a business model. So I'm telling you, for those of y'all that are part of this Digital Profits U community, get ready, right? Because we are going on a stinking ride. This is not just about what you see everyone else out there doing. We are going on a stinking ride to change people's lives. Because I know what my journey has yielded me. I know why I'm here and how I'm here. I know what kicked it all off. And I know without a shadow of a doubt, there are people out there that need such an opportunity. They need a simple way to get started. They need a cost-effective way to learn all this stuff. $500 is not a lot of money, right? Compared to, a lot of other business models, right? That you could purchase, a lot of bundled products that you could buy in terms of physical products, right? We've blown $30,000 trying to start up an Amazon FBA business that we never got off the ground. Don't challenge me on $500 being a lot of money. It's all perspective. And the fact of the matter is, anyone that says it's a lot of money has blown more than $500 in the past 3 months on stuff you likely didn't need to blow it on. Challenge me. Because what I know is that this investment made last year has helped me build a business that I got to start over from scratch, right? Where I make 5 figures every month. 5 figures every month without even really having to think about it. Just doing the things I know on a daily business that moves this business forward. So again, those of y'all that are part of Digital Profit to You, or you're on the outside right now looking in, right? I'm inviting you to come on board, because what you're going to, number one, learn from the course is going to help you lay a strong foundation. The support you'll have every single week during office hours is going to help you hone and move into a place of mastering. It's going to help you with gaining clarity, like over your steps. There's something powerful with knowing that you are supported. And then the power of mentorship. So you're going to see on my sales page, I updated it, right? Where now my next level mentorship, right? All new customers get 60 days included. And after that, if you want to stay, there's additional cost. But for all y'all that have been riding with me, right, you're locked into mentorship because you took action, right? With this next level, all new customers, right? Level 2 will get 60 days. So it allows you time to come in, experience a minimum of 2 of our monthly training sessions, office hours every single week, which all customers get, and then to be able to experience and dive into the mentorship hub, where there's additional lessons and resources and trainings and the replays, right, from the past month's calls. You can't help but get better in everything about doing business with me, right? It's going to set you up to change your life. It's going to set you up to change your life. First, starting with your business, and then you using your business to change your bank account, and then you using your bank account to change your life. Someone tells me sounds good. I think it sounds more than good. Hello, guys. So hello, Veronica. Hello, CJ. Hello, Benny. Hello, Victory Glow. All right, you guys. So grab your notebooks, grab your pen. All right. So as the title says, when I wanted to make money online as a beginner, here's exactly what I did. Okay, it's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I've done this time around. And it's exactly what you can do too. Okay, and if anyone is ready to get started, the link is down below in the description. GoPro-with-Steph.com. This is your opportunity to not only learn the business of online business and develop these digital marketing skills that can last you a lifetime, but it's also your opportunity to model my exact business. You can model, right, what I do, how I sell this course as my own. Everything is in place for you to learn and begin earning. Everything is in place so that you can begin learning immediately and set yourself up to begin earning. Okay, I've done it more than once. Okay, but when I first came online, number one, and I already warned you guys, it's going to be a slow roll today, because I'm telling you, like, I know my assignment, and that is to really help people get this. Okay, some of y'all have been hanging out with me for far too long, not to be further along. And I say that as a loving charge, because I've had to say that to myself to push me to higher levels. Okay, number one, I really knew that I wanted to give this a go. I was hungry. Are you hungry? I was hungry, y'all. I was like, I gotta find something that works. I knew I didn't want to work as a nurse or for anyone for the rest of my life. I just knew that. I knew that fresh out of high school. Right? So the very first thing is I knew that I really, really, really wanted to make this a go. I was hungry. I can honestly tell you, and you're probably gonna feel triggered a lot during today's, right? And you might take a lot of the things I say personal. That's good. That's really good. That means that you have moved into a different place where like literally you're taking responsibility for the outcome that you want. With the volumes of people I work with, I don't find a lot of hungry people. I just don't. I don't find a whole lot of people that are like, I really, 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 really am ready to give this a go. Like it's all gas, no brakes. I just don't. Which the success rates tell us, right? They tell us. I don't have to tell you that. The success rates tell us. Most people that have succeeded, they will tell you they were just really, really hungry for one reason or another. They were motivated by something that got them fired up every single day to do the thing, to figure out the thing. The second thing that I did was I found something that made a heck of a lot of sense to me, and I invested. Right? I put a little bit of skin in the game. Now, there are so many people where they're struggling out there for one reason or another because they simply just will not even take that first step. Okay, everything is not a scam. If you want to say everything's a scam, then let's stop sending our kids to college, right? And blowing $100,000 on kids that don't even know their life's path, don't even know what they want to do. It's not the information, it's what you do with the information. And what I love is that my first investment presented as an opportunity. That's why I love what I do here, right? Is I present as an opportunity for people, not just an opportunity to learn, but an opportunity to also begin earning for yourself. I'm not asking people to blow their money or to waste their money. I'm asking people to make a calculated investment into their future. Because if you're online watching videos because you want to learn how to make money online, what I know is that what's offered in Digital Profits U is exactly what you need in order to grow an online business. It's exactly what you need. And that's why I sell this every single day. The next step is I learned. So like almost immediately, and I so vividly remember it was night, like it was nighttime when I bought it. And I remember as soon as I purchased it, right, I accessed it and I began reading. So the very first thing I did after I invested, I didn't shelf it. I didn't unprioritize it. I didn't put 50 gazillion things in front of it and said, when I get to it, I didn't forget about it and then go invest money elsewhere. I gave it my full attention. So I read that guide and I was like, wow, this makes sense. And what that guide taught me was a concept called stacked income. And what stacked income was saying was contrary to what a lot of people were saying online. Right? Everyone else was like multiple streams of income. Stacked income was like build a store. Build a store, right? And sell products where one customer can come in and buy 50 things from you if they want to. So essentially, Dave Gray didn't even know, but what he was saying was build a brand, right? Like build a brand. Don't start a McDonald's and then start a TJ Maxx and then start a Five Guys. Right? Start a McDonald's, right? And then get the brilliant idea to, sell McRib, and then get the brilliant idea to sell this thing and that, so that one customer would not just come into your store and buy one thing, but they would buy multiple things. And then at the end, he was so brilliant. He was like, I just taught you the concept of building a store. Let this product be the first thing you sell. That's exactly what the book did. And I said, well, duh. Let me sell this. So I coupled what I learned from him with what I was hearing other people talk about online in terms of attraction marketing, right? And learning how to use the internet as a place of attracting people to you. And I immediately started taking action. Not very long, like maybe a month down the road, I owned the whole store. I reinvested in my business as I was making sales, right? So that I had more things to sell people that came along. It was a brilliant business model. Brilliant business model. Right? But it was just very antiquated. Like there was no way, when I think back now, I'm like, there was no way that was going to last because there were too many moving parts that he couldn't control. Right? So as things change, like he would have had to have done too much to really keep it going as it was. But do you see how that was so attractive and why I got such a fast start? Right? So I immediately began to apply what I was learning directly back to my business. And essentially, right, I took people on the journey with me. Right? So number one, I knew that I really, really wanted this. I was hungry. I would love to find hungry people. Like literally, I would love to find hungry people because it would be so amazing, right, to see what you do with such an opportunity. Number two, I invested. Number three, I immediately decided to learn from that which I invested in. Then I turned right back around and I found people like me, the first people that attracted me to the internet, right, or to internet marketing. I started doing what they were doing. I started implementing attraction marketing. I started sharing my story. I started inviting them to this thing that I found because I thought it was stinking amazing. And this is the 4-part framework that I use to take people on a journey with me. I really hope you're writing these things down. Because if you're doing more than this as a beginner, you're making it too hard to put your own life vest on first and begin making money. Nobody wants to be coached or mentored by someone that knows it all, but has no receipts. I just dropped the mic. We're no longer in the day and age where the title of coach really has levity. No one cares. What people want is to find people that are walking the walk where literally they can see what they're doing and that a space has been created for them to model it. People have wised up and realized there's too many people that want this coach title, but can't even fish for themselves, which is exactly why I got out of coaching. Because honestly, side note, I felt like an imposter. Because I was like, that's great. I'm teaching people, like I'm making money through coaching. But again, if they all fired me, what am I selling? What am I selling? Nothing. Nothing. My business was 100% dependent upon people that thought they needed a coach. This framework, if you haven't made if you're not making solid $3,000 to $5,000 a month, solid, meaning you're not even thinking about it. It's just happening for you. Okay, I didn't even push up to 10,000, did I? I said a solid $3,000 to $5,000 a month. This is what you should be focused on. This is what you should be focused on. This is called putting your life vest on. And then being a model, right, of how to put your life vest on. Putting your life vest on and then turning around and telling other people, hey, the life vests are over there. Who can do that? Put your life vest on, start to float and say, hey guys, the life vests are over there. Who said that you got to go get the life vest and put it on them? Get the life vest and put it on them. Those that want to live and survive will say, oh, she's pointing over there. Let me go. Y'all, that's what happens when I say GoProWithSteph.com. A percentage of people are like, that's what worked for her. That's what she's telling me I need. Right? She pointed down there. Let me go get that. I let this be easy for me when I was getting started. I knew how to be an awesome tour guide. So in taking people on a journey with me, this is my 4-part framework. And I hate sharing this because I feel like you should pay me for me sharing this framework with you. Because this is the framework that got me paid when I was first getting started. And it's the framework that keeps getting me paid today. But why charge you? Because the majority of people won't use it anyways. So I give it away freely. 4-part framework. Here's where I am. Does anyone need to train you on where you are? Here's where I am. Here's where I'm going. This is the vehicle that's getting me there. I'm so excited. This is what I'm so excited about. That's all that I did, y'all, when I first got started. You know, I'm working as a nurse right now. I don't see myself doing this forever, right? We're robbing Peter to pay Paul. People didn't even know how bad things were, right? But I painted the picture, right? I'm an MLM network marketing flunky. Veronica, this is for you right now. Remember we had that conversation, right? And I talked about how to insert, you know, things that you've done in the past. This is how. It's part of the, here's where I am. I don't see myself doing this forever. I feel called for more, right? I discovered this amazing way to make money online. I'm learning some stuff. I realize I no longer have to bug family and friends, that we can learn how to do business online and call people into us. And I'm looking to make this my new way of life. Like, I'm looking to walk away from my job at some point. I didn't lie to people about me making $1 gazillion. I took them on a 100-day to prosperity journey. That's what I called it. Here we go. That 100-day to prosperity journey gave me something to show up for. It wasn't about the people. It gave me something to be accountable for. Because what I wanted to do, I told people that I wanted to show them that in 100 days, I could go from being a brand new person, right, to experiencing some kind of online success. What it did for me is it held me accountable to get up every single day and to do the thing that I knew would keep me accountable to my business growth. And all I knew at that time to do, based upon the examples I was given, was to shoot a video and to share my journey. So day in and day out, as I did my videos, that's my 4-part formula. This is where I am. This is where I'm going, right? This is what hit me on to all of it. These are the things that I'm learning. I'm so excited. I see the possibilities. Let me tell you what I learned last week. Let me tell you what my mentor showed me this time. Let me show you what I learned how to do. Let me show you about this incredible way to make sure you build an email list, right? Let me tell you how I made, X amount of sales, using video. I just started sharing my journey. You can do that. Again, I'm going to repeat it. This is the framework where if you're not earning consistently in your business, where it feels effortless, this is the framework you should be working. I'm intentionally dumbing it down. Because if you're not making money and you're trying, it's your fault. But it doesn't have to be your fault moving forward. You can decide to do things differently. And if you're not making money and you've been trying, you haven't been doing this. And let's even throw in there, let's not add another part to the framework, but let's throw in there an X factor. Right? Y'all, I had conviction. I wasn't showing up to keep up with the Joneses. I didn't care what other people were doing. I was learning from them. I was modeling them. I was copying them. I was glad they were taking action so that I would have a sign of what to do. But I was so convinced, I was so convicted that even people that had been in the online business space longer than me were taking notice of me, subscribing to my channel, and buying from me. That's wild. And they bought because they were like, I don't know what she's talking about, but she's too excited. She's so convinced. She's so convicted. And I was insistent that people got their hands on this guide. So please add that, right, to that like X factor of taking people on a journey with you. If you just think that, oh, it's about checking off boxes, which I never did, then your business will just be like a big checklist that you're checking off every day. Right? But if you show up and you're like, it's their loss if they don't buy my thing. Like, that's how I feel. It's their loss. I do my thing. And what I know, please write this down, is a percentage of people will feel my conviction. They'll create their own level of missing out, their own fear of missing out, and they will buy. And that's the reality. I can't control when they buy. I can't control who buys. All I do is I show up for that percentage that's out there looking for me, praying for me, looking for such a solution. And if I don't show up, they're not going to find it. So that level of conviction, I believe, is everything. And see, for me, that level of conviction came where you couldn't have told me I wasn't going to change my life. You couldn't have told me that I wasn't going to get to a place of being able to replace my nursing income. Like, you couldn't have told me this wasn't going to work out for me, because I would have told you where to go. You couldn't have told me that. You couldn't have shaken my belief. I allowed the thing that I invested in to be my first business or my first product. And I sold it until its wheels fell off. I became fully vested in that thing. And I remember, I don't know how long I was in it, maybe 45 days or 60 days, but I remember the owner emailed me and he said, Steph, you're going to be a rich woman. Because he saw the volumes of people, right, that I was signing up. He's like, Steph, you're going to be a very rich woman. And here's the thing. I wish I would have really, really understood what he was saying. And it just kind of went over my head. Like, really, I wish I would have said, what makes you say that? Like, I wish I would have had a dialogue with him. Because the one mistake I made very early on is I got shiny object syndrome. All right, and I'll talk about exactly why in just a minute. But I wish I would have really understood, because even though while that model didn't last, it lasted long enough where I could have did far better with it had I not gotten shiny object syndrome. And had I stayed with that, when that did fall off, who knows what could have became from that, right? Who knows? Like, I could have gone on to have done my own thing in that same way, much like I'm doing right now. Even though the roadmap is changing, guess what? Immediately, my community knows, immediately I put something together for us so that we could keep rocking with this MRR. Right? Why? Because I'm sold out on what I do and why I do it. I could have, and many people did this, I could have used this as an excuse of, well, I guess that's the sign that I should move on. No, that was the sign that, Steph, it's time to step up. That was my sign. No, it's time for you to step up now. You have the license. You have the download files. You have the license. Do what you know how to do. So deciding, again, to be sold out for your direction, your path, ultimately your vision, and not to be easily swayed by the blowing of the wind. There's always going to be something new. There's always going to be something shinier. There's always going to be someone out earning you and making you think, well, maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe I'm on the wrong path. There's always going to be something to tempt you. But when you lock in on your vision, you roll with your vision, again, that's another element that helps you become a prolific force. I sell me and my brand because I've decided to be a prolific force. You guys, you learn all of that, not only within the DPU community and the course, right, but through the mentorship as well. So much of this, because there's layers to this, not levels, there's literally layers to this. And some things you don't know to do until you're forced to do it or it makes room for itself. But you're taught all of this. All right. So again, I allowed the first thing that I invested in to be my first business and I sold out. Right. So just like I bought it from that person, again, I remember his name. His name was Ron that I bought it from. So just like I bought it from Ron, I set myself up for other people to buy it from me. Ron happened to use marketing strategies like banner ads that he purchased, right? And on that social media platform that we had at that time, that's where I discovered his banner. And I clicked on it, right? Oh my gosh, y'all, that sounds like faceless marketing. Y'all, faceless marketing is not new. Stop it. Get over it. Okay? Stop it. Get over it. I bought from someone I did not know in 2007 through a banner. I told you I'm going to trigger you today. Okay, let's grow up and just learn how to do business. Stop needing the bells and whistles and, needing fancy terms and things. Just decide to do the doggone thing. So while a banner attracted me, I clicked and I bought. I decided to use the strategy that really attracted me to making money online, which were those that were doing videos, right? So I took to attraction marketing. I started building my brand long before I knew that's what I was doing. And I positioned my business to allow other people to buy this thing from me. Please weigh in, y'all. Does any of this sound grimy? Does any of this sound schemy? Does any of this sound scammy? Does any of this sound like someone's defrauding people? No, it's a business model. It's a way of doing business. It's a way of moving products. It's a way of introducing people to stuff they were not aware of, but that they were possibly out there looking for. I'm so glad that Ron followed instructions, found a way to market, and chose to do that banner. Like, I'm so thankful that he ran that banner ad or that he posted that banner. I'm so glad Ron was an action taker because I was in the right place to see that banner and it helped me get a very strong start. I'm so thankful for the people that I discovered on YouTube that introduced me to this world of attraction marketing. They gave me something to model. They gave me something to look up to. They gave me something to look forward to. They gave me a jump off point for my business. Any of that schemy, scammy, whatever? It's called allowing it to be easy. All right? So you guys, in this instance right here, and again, Victory Glow, I became an awesome promoter. Taking these action steps allowed me to use my conviction, to use where I was going, to become an awesome promoter. This element right here, you guys, is probably the single biggest element that's the difference maker from people that are making money and not making money. You can call it whatever you want, but if volumes of people don't know who you are, and I don't mean in a viral way, but let's not say it that way. If people aren't constantly becoming aware of you and learning about what you sell, you're not a good promoter. You can't win without promoting, right? Like McDonald's doesn't become a household name without promoting. And even with them being a household name, do you still see billboards? Do you still hear radio spots? Do you still hear the jingle? Where there are commercials, might you still see McDonald's commercials? Like, why are they still doing this if they're a household name? You guys, because the power in making money is always going to be the power of promotion. Okay, you got to get your promotion muscle up. All right. Now, let me tell you the big secret about promoting. Now, I slayed on these notes for you. Okay. Promoting is the way that you will make money. Get well with that. Okay. It's not, Stan Store over Beacon Store. It's not System.io over Wix. It's none of that. It's not, DPU over some other MRR opportunity. It's not this over do I create my own. It's not even YouTube over Pinterest, over Instagram, over TikTok. It's simply promoting. So the way that you will make money is through promoting. Step one. Okay. When you get results from your promotion, it's addictive. It's seriously, you're like, I need to do more, right? Because if this got me sales, right, doing more will get me more sales, right? So getting results is then addictive. How many of y'all out there can attest for that? You've done something and you generated a lead, right? Even with just one lead, you're like, oh my gosh, like I did something and it worked. Right? Imagine, again, if you're brand new to all of this, or you've been on the struggle bus and you're not experiencing sales, which I know that's a large majority of my audience. My business is very intentional, right, for those people. Because not enough people have y'all's back, you guys. Not enough people have y'all's back that are really wanting to help you in this way. So you do something, right? You get a result that's addictive. So then you do more. And then guess what? Promotion and being a great promoter gets addicting. Those that are struggling are not yet addicted to promoting. We get great at promoting by becoming prolific content creators. That's the name of the game in 2024. We get great at promoting by being a prolific content creator. You start getting results that gets addictive. But you're not really addicted to the sales. You're addicted to the power that you wield a sale. You're like, I did that. You pop your collar a little bit, but then you get over it and realize I got to do more, right? I need a routine now. I got to do more of those videos, right? You start learning from what worked. And then you get addicted, right, to the process or addicted to the content you're creating. And then guess what? The stuff that you cannot control begins to be way more in your control. You do what you can control, which is promotion, and what you can't control takes care of itself. Last night, you guys, I was having a conversation with my husband during the day, and I was like, yeah, August is like the worst month, right? Because back to school, a lot of things, right? The end of summer, and people really have their minds on other things. And I'm like, you know, like my business in August is this is the lowest I've done, right? But it's like, I'm good with it. I'm expecting, like, it's okay, right? Because I know how to work my money and manage my money. It's okay. It's part of business, right? And so last night, you guys, was the last night to take advantage of the, you know, get in and then get 2 business models for the price of 1 and all those good things. And again, I did what I know to do. Right? I did what most people will not do. If you're on my email list, you already know what I did. Right? But I earned $3,000 in the matter of hours last night from people that last minute just decided, I'm going to buy. Did I know that was going to happen? No. But my conviction was like, more people have to know, like, this literally is ending. You literally get 2 businesses. You literally get 2 marketing, 2 training centers. Like, you literally, like, and I just was doing a countdown all day long. Who would have done that? Or who would have said, you know what, they would think I'm scamming. All I know is the people that bought didn't think I was scammy or spammy. But the people that unsubscribed were never going to buy from me anyways. See, I understand that. The people that unsubscribed were never going to buy from me anyways. They did not unsubscribe because I sent them 5 or 10 emails yesterday. That's promoter mindset. They unsubscribed because they were never going to buy from me. And even those that did not take action and are still on my list, they didn't subscribe because at some point they will. That's my promoter mindset. At some point they will. Or maybe they like me a little bit, or maybe they love me a little bit, or maybe they're spying on me. Like, I don't know. But I don't worry about the stuff most people worry about. Right? I remember I posted this on Facebook one day and replied to someone, and the lady had posted, which was a prior coach of mine, asking about like email marketing practices. And I'm like, yeah, I email every day. And then somebody replied to mine and says, oh, I would unsubscribe from your list. And I said, no, you wouldn't, because you likely would never join my email list. You see what I'm saying? I don't let people like make me think, oh, I'm doing something wrong. No, you would likely never join my email list, right? Because my market of people are very accustomed to this kind of email marketing style. It's that simple, right? And so you guys, the mind of a promoter, it's different than the mind of someone who really cares about what people could potentially think about them. Instead, I'm way more concerned with who does not know. I'm way more concerned with who's going to miss out if I don't do this thing. If I don't go live, if I don't upload this video that I feel is crappy, right? If I had a bad hair day, but I did it anyways, right? If I don't email my list 11 times, I'm more concerned with the person that's like, Steph, I'm so glad I saw this, because that's how I had to feel last night. I'm like, y'all at the wire. You guys are at the wire. And I was wheeling and dealing to make sure they got in that the old system. Wheeling and dealing to make sure, like, y'all been on my list for what are we doing here? It's the nature of people. But I don't promote, right? I don't go to bed like, yes, $3,000 up. Now, is that a norm? No, not necessarily. But the power of promotion, again, can change your whole day, can change your whole doggone life. But I was only able to do that because I'm always a promoter. I'm always building my list. I'm always growing my audience, right? People are always becoming aware of me, right? Like, I choose to be that girl in my business. Someone write that down. I choose to be that girl, right? Or Mark, I choose to be that dude. I choose to be that boy. I choose to be that girl in my business, because no one's coming to save me. No one's coming to do this for me. No one's coming to make it better. Right? There is nothing else that I can do, because even if I was promoting something else, this is exactly how I would still be getting down. But I believe I do so well because I love and I'm convicted over what I sell. Right? It's not like I ever call someone a fool, but that's how I feel. I'm like, you're a fool if you don't buy this. Right? And those that know me and love me, you know, or those that know my heart, you know what I'm saying. But in my opinion, that's how you should feel about the things that you sell. Right? And what that does is it makes you become an even better promoter, because you're like, well, maybe I need to really make them understand what this is. And so you do another piece of content that maybe goes a little bit deeper. Like what I'm doing over these next months is I want to dumb things down to the ridiculous, because I want more people that are where I was when I first got started to realize you can do this thing called attraction marketing, and you can become a prolific content creator. Forget all the fancy terms and words. You can become a prolific content creator and change your life over these next 4 months. Yes, Veronica, I choose to be that girl in my business. Yes. So please hear me. With what I just shared about promotion, I allowed it to be easy, you guys. I didn't know what I didn't know. But I had a clear sign of what was working by others that were out there doing. And so I did what they did. Literally, you guys, I allowed my business to build itself. I didn't try to become a coach before I was ready to be a coach. I didn't try to mentor people before I was ready to mentor people. I made some money for myself. All right. There is a thing called healthy selfishness. Sometimes you got to be selfish, again, and do it for yourself first. You guys, one of the biggest things I learned was when I was like, oh, I want to get my business going so that I can be a present mom and never send my kids to daycare and blah, 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 and never tell my kids no. I did mean that. Some of the women out there, you're going to get this. I did mean it. Like, I really, really meant it. But something made me get real one day. My kids were still very, very little at the time. And I said, Steph, you want to prove this to yourself. Like, just stop it. Stop it. You want to prove that you can do this to yourself. You want to prove that you can be a successful entrepreneur. When I got well with that and good with that, to me, I saw nothing wrong with it. Because if I didn't really buy into the fact that I'm doing this for my kids, and that didn't move me enough to do what I needed to do, but proving to myself that I wasn't a failure and that I could actually do this, if that was the thing that moved me, well, heck, my kids are going to be benefactors of me taking action anyways. So some of y'all just need to get real about why you're doing this, right? So you just need to get real. And for me, the driving force was, girl, you're not a failure. You failed at things, yes, but you're not a failure. You can do this. And so by proving to myself that I could be a successful entrepreneur, my husband benefited, my kids benefited. I got, I got to be a very present mom. I got to not miss field trips. I got to, be present at their school and involved in all their festivities and things going on. I never had to miss, a travel softball event with my daughter as she got older. Like I never had to miss. They became a benefactor because I was like, I'm putting the pedal to the metal and I'm changing my life. Right. So as a note, some people I think just need to get real with why you want to do this. And so again, all of those things just allowed me to kind of fall back and allow it to be easy. I think a lot of technology and over the years and all this information, people have made you feel so oh my gosh, there's so much to this. Yeah, there's moving parts. Yes. Right. But if you hung out with me for a day, if I invited Veronica to come hang out with me, first off, we'd be laughing the entire day. But if I allowed Veronica, right, I invited her to come hang out with me for the day, I guarantee you Veronica would say, this is what your day looks like. I'd be like, yeah. I wouldn't put on any airs. I wouldn't do anything extra. Most people would be amazed that I get to earn what I earn and do what I do. Because while there's a lot of moving parts, a lot of those moving parts are hooked up earlier in your business. And where most people spend most of their time steadily tinkering or never getting their business off the ground because they're in their own head, right? I get those things figured out early on. And then I focus on being an awesome promoter, being that convicted, awesome promoter, because I know that's going to make me the money. I don't know how many times do I have to say it? That is the key. All right. That is the key. So when I say allow my business to build itself, I started making sales. And then people were like, Steph, teach us your ways. And then I started doing conference calls where I was like, y'all, I didn't know nothing about a capture page, but I learned about creating a capture page. Let me show you guys what I know. Steph, teach us your ways. How do you make sales on YouTube? Oh, sure. I'll talk all about YouTube marketing. Right. And so it's I put my life vest on first and I was a doer. I got results. Write this thing down as well, you guys. All right. So when I talk about promoting, again, that bad word people don't like to, fess up to is sales. So I sold for my first, many years in business. Those first 30 days, I sold. I walked the walk. So when I was teaching people how I got those sales on YouTube, I was coming from a place of I did something as a promoter to get these results. Right? I was teaching people my real skills, not hearsay, not something I read. Y'all, that's what so many coaches are doing out there. For whatever reason, they feel like they can't make money if they're not telling people what to freaking do. You can make so much more money. That word passive we all love, that's where that comes from. Not trading time for money. Setting your business up, right? That will help you make money. And that's what happened to me last night. I was trying to watch Reasonable Doubt, right? Season 2 just came out, right? And I was like, cha-ching, cha-ching. I know you guys are like, oh, woe is me. No, but I'm like, why y'all wait till the last minute? So now I'm wheeling and dealing again, trying to push people through, right? To make sure they got what I knew they needed to get. But that comes why, you guys, being an awesome promoter. Right? Doing what I did and allowing the sales to come in. I sell, I promote, and I sell. To me, that's making it easy. That to me is what making it easy means. All right. And so I allowed my business to build itself. Hey, Grant Cardone says this, and I think back to my business, exactly what happened to me. Right? Money goes where there's attention. The best thing you can do for your business is get your business, get your brand, get your YouTube channel, get your Instagram, get your TikTok, whatever, get it some friggin' attention. All right, get it some attention. All right, where attention goes, money flows. Well, guess what, boo-boo? Where money flows, more attention flows. It's a cycle. So when I was first getting started, I got myself attention by getting out there and sharing my 4-part framework. Here's where I am, here's where I'm going, and this is what's getting me there. And people are like, say less, I want to buy. Well, when people bought, now I had this incredible story. Oh my gosh, I made 28 sales in my first 30 days, blah, blah, blah. Steph, teach us your ways. I started doing conference calls, right? My business made room for itself. I didn't force these things to happen. Organically, my business was like, okay, let's start teaching people. But I was smart. I didn't just teach those that bought. I invited everybody to these conference calls. Because what? Through teaching, I sold more. Stop. Isn't that what you do when you go live? Bingo. Who's paying attention? Who's paying attention? Probably 90% of my live streams, I could do them, take them down, and sell them as like mini workshops. You guys know I'm telling the truth. I could sell them for mini workshops. I might even start doing that. Who knows? But I make far more money going live, demonstrating that I walk the walk and teaching people what I do and sharing my results, which is part of the journey, and allowing people to buy this amazing digital product from me that's changed my own life. Do you guys see how nothing's changed in my business? Nothing's changed. I make more money. I get to share my results even more. I'm a bigger example that I walk the walk and that what I do works. I get more attention. I get more money. Now, who's ready to learn this? Who's ready to learn this? Who's ready to learn from me? Who wants mentorship? Like, let's not like pussyfoot around this. Who's ready? It's all there. It's all there for you. For some of you guys, you're just a decision away. Seriously. You're just a decision away. And you guys, I'm telling you, when I say people spying on me, I've had people come through my funnel, not invest a dime in my business and just model my funnel, but they're not out there winning. You can spy all you want. It's not what wins, because that mindset is a losing mindset altogether. It's not the fact that you didn't invest. It's a mindset around it. I won't go too deep into that, but just know, come on in. Like, let's do this thing. Okay. I'm not only here for you, but I'm literally here with you. I'm doing this thing with you. I'm doing what I'm telling you to do. Right? Because my journey is not over. All right, y'all. So the commitment has to be this formula. The commitment has to be this formula. Invest, learn, apply, and share. Invest, learn from what you invest in, apply what you learned directly back to your business. Oh, you mean, Steph, I don't learn it and then go try to be a coach that charges $5,000 to share with people information I've never applied, but I learn and I can teach it really well? No, not at all. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is invest, learn. When you learn it, apply it directly back to your business. So what that would look like for someone would be, oh, okay, I'm going to do what Steph did. In 2007, she bought this thing from Ron. She immediately learned from it. She sent Ron one email asking Ron, hey, Ron, what are your marketing strategies? True story, y'all. Ron got back to me and he told me. And I'm like, okay, cool. At least I know I'm on the right track, but I didn't want to duplicate his marketing strategies. I started following the people that resonated with me. And then I started selling the thing I bought from Ron because I knew more people needed it, like I needed it. And I wanted to be Ron to them, but in my own way. Didn't try to coach, didn't try to reteach it. I shared. Someone write that down. I shared every single day. I shared how I could help people through the power of what I was selling. Invest, learn, apply, and share. That's the business model I sell. And share. Okay? Sharing equals being a tour guide. Being someone that experienced something and wants others people to experience it too. getting on the floor with your baby sibling and teaching them how to build blocks. When the time comes, teach them how to tie their shoe. Teach them how to get in trouble. I shared this in one of my videos. Y'all realize siblings, depending upon the age, they learn far more from their older siblings than they do the parental. Far more. Why? Because how many hours out the day are they at the same level? On the floor, crawling, playing, tinkering. Oh, big brother put one block on top of the other? I'm going to put one block on top of the other. So much of what they learn is not even through intentional learning. Because remember, more is caught than taught. More is caught than taught. That's why so many people can watch lives like this and say, I didn't learn a thing. It's a shame. It's a shame. Because I learned from this kind of content. I learned from this kind of content, and then I applied it to my business. And then I shared what I was learning and discovering with other people and invited them to get access to. Sharing is your duty. It's your obligation, and it's your business if you want to make money. Sharing is your duty, it's your obligation, and it ultimately is your business if you want to make money. It's not a sometimes thing. It's not a let me get out of my way thing, because that's selfish. Sharing is how your business will go around. Sharing can be your journey. Sharing can be the stories that you tell, right? About you, about other people, about your mentor, about the creators of something, anything, right? And sharing can be letting people know like why they need this product, why they need the thing that you're selling, whether it's a $7 ebook or whether it's a multi-$1,000 thing you're selling, doesn't matter. Sharing is sharing, right? So what you want to do to get in the groove of all of this, all right? So once you've invested, you begin to learn. You're like, okay, like this sits well with me. I'm understanding this. You want to make sure that you have a money-getting system working for you, all right? And good news is you already know you can borrow mine, right? GoProWithSteph.com, you can borrow my money-getting system. Okay, it's made me a lot of money. It works. Okay, I have not really tinkered with it. I make updates to it, but I don't tinker with it because the baby works. Okay, that's an example. GoPro with Steph is an example of a money-getting system. All right, and if you need a product to sell, my money-getting system, right, you can sell the product as well. Okay, I'm trying to make it easy on you. Like Ron and Dave made it easy on me. I'm trying to make it easy on you as well. All right. And make sure that through your money getting system that you're also building your email list, because you'll just make way more money. Okay. I won't go deep into it in the street, but you'll just make way more money if you're building your own email list. All right. Once you have your money getting system set up, you're going to set your marketing up. Right? You're going to set your marketing up. Okay. You're going to pick a platform and you're going to learn that in the actual training. All right. Again, y'all, the title. When I wanted to make money as a beginner, here's exactly what I did. Okay. The difference for me with that money getting system is the system that I was promoting. It didn't have like a lead gen system initially. I learned about that later and I didn't know I was going to learn about it. So my first 30 days, I was sending all of my people from my videos to my sales page. And so even though I made 28 sales, right, about 45 days into my journey, my good friend Staten Sobers came along, which was someone that purchased from me that had more experience in the online space than I did. And she said, Steph, like, congrats on your success, but why aren't you building a list? And she hit me on to why that was so powerful and how much I was missing out on by not having an email list. And we didn't have like things like system.io. We didn't have the roadmap that gave us ready-made funnels. And so I went out there and I Googled how to build a funnel, how to build a system, right? And I learned. And within 1 week, I had my first capture page system up. From that moment on, I started building my own email list and I started making more money. Now, if I would have understood more about my system, right, products down the road would have helped me to have done that. But I think it's important to know that right from the get-go, right? So with this, you learn all of it step by step. All right. So once your money getting system is up, then you're going to set your marketing up. Okay. This is, again, how you begin to promote, how you become a prolific content creator. Okay. You're going to pick a platform. Okay. You're going to learn it in the training. You can pick any platform that you want. Just pick a platform where there's already billions of people on it. Right? YouTube, 2.7 billion that spend on average 49 minutes a day, right? The other social media platforms, like 5.1 billion that spend on average 140 minutes a day. Your people, your audience, your future buyers are already out there on every single platform. All right. So you're going to pick a platform. All right. Number two, you're going to create a content routine. When I first got started, no one said create a content routine, right? I just took the path of least resistance, and I just every single day I promoted. I created a video. I talked about something. I shared my 4-part formula, right? I didn't need someone to tell me create a content routine. I didn't need to say how many videos should I do. I didn't need to say what's the best times and days to do anything. I just did. Okay, we didn't have a whole lot of data, and I'm thank God for that. I didn't have a whole lot of choices. Thank God for that, because I just did what I saw other people doing. And believe it or not, even with all the choices, you still get to make it easy. Instead of telling yourself, I can't do videos, why can't you? Why can't you? Why can't you do reels? Why can't you create posts? Why can't you create carousel? Like, why can't you? Why are we creating all this drama and creating stories around what we can't do? Makes zero sense to me. Zero sense. The path of least resistance is what can I do to get me in front of people, right, in a way that's like feels the most effortless to me. That's the most easiest for me. That's the most light for me. No one says this has to be hard, right? And with so many examples of people winning right now, you can just simply choose to find the person that you want to model and then model what they do. Allow it to be easy. Very simply, right? Very mindful, very demure, right? It gets to be that easy, you guys. See, I don't show up with a bunch of drama, right? I just show up. Very mindful, very demure. Those that know. All right, so you guys are going to set your marketing up, right? And by beginning to promote, by beginning to create content, all right, you're going to allow people to buy your thing from you. That's it. Like, that's what I did. I set up on YouTube. I shared my 4-part formula in every video that I did, and I allowed people to buy from me, right? So as a great first step to learning how to make money, I allowed people to buy from me. Because if they needed to know what I knew, they needed to buy my thing. Someone needs to write that down. You don't need to live in my comments. You don't need to live in my email inbox. You don't need to live in my DMs. You need to buy when I'm selling you, because that's what I did to learn this stuff. Same way I feel about this course. That's why I'm insistent, consistent, persistent. Why? Because if you want to know what I know about making money online, your first step to learning these skills and learning the business of online business is you got to get it for yourself. I tell people very simply, right? You can either get it for $500 or pay me $5,000 to teach you one-on-one. What do you want? What do you want? So that's what you want to do, right? You, as a great first step to helping someone, like that's how you got to look at it. That's how I looked at it back in 2007. As a great first step, right? Come and learn what it is that I know. Okay, I'm going to blow your mind, you guys, right here with this. It's the each one, reach one, teach one mindset or philosophy. You guys, it's what the gurus have been doing all along. Do you understand that? And do you realize that? Ty Lopez, all of his social media marketing courses, all the courses he's taught over the years where he's learned something, he did it, and then he taught it and shared with people the information. In one of his courses that I bought, my gosh, he didn't even teach. He found a bunch of great experts to come in and teach the individual bits, and then he sold the package. But that's an example of each one. So first off, again, you learn this for yourself, you apply it, you begin to get results, you know it works, and then you begin to reach other people and teach them what you know. Russell Brunson, all of his funnel stuff. He learned it for himself first. And now all of his content is around reaching people and teaching people, right, the concepts of funnels, right? Frank Kern, all of his systems for marketing and teaching people ads. Ryan Deiss, friggin' Ryan Deiss calls himself the digital marketer because, again, he learned digital marketing and he set systems up to teach people digital marketing. Does any of this sound schemy and scammy? Are these people really frauding us because they learned something, created something, and turned right back around and are selling people what they learned and what they applied and the results that they got? I love this system here because we make it easy for people. You get to learn, and if you want to share it with other people, you can turn right back around and allow this to be an easier income stream for you. Amy Porterfield, right, with teaching people courses, email marketing, and how to have a business online. She learned it from herself first. Here's the thing, you guys, I'm really going to blow your mind. Amy Porterfield learned it from her mentor, Marie Forleo. Marie Forleo teaches how to start a business online. She teaches online business skills and startup. Amy Porterfield learned all her stuff from Marie Forleo and then turned right back around and started creating her own products to sell people the stuff that she learned, right, and the results that she's gotten. When is everyone else going to wise up and realize that's the game we're all playing? That is the game we're all playing. At this phase of my life, I just don't want to create the thing from scratch. And this amazing course was put in my life because, right, I knew that's not what I wanted, was to create something from scratch. This was created for me, I'm telling you, so that I can help good people realize we've simplified it. All right. And then my girl, Jen Sincero, right? I'm a badass at making money. Let me tell you something, you guys. Her books changed my whole perspective. While there's a lot of things in there I don't quite jive with, her messaging around changing her life in her 40s, how she was a hot mess in every sense of the word, a hot mess until she figured things out in her late 40s. When I really understood that, that was everything to me. Because I'm like, oh, I'm not the only one that's a little later in life, hasn't quite figured everything out, is a hot mess, could do way better. She was an example, right? That you could be lost and become a millionaire by just simply changing the way that you think about things, changing the ways that you do things, getting really great people in your life that will help you, and then doing things in a certain way. She changed her life and then went on to write books documenting how she did it so that people like me can get a clue, realize it's not too late, and decide to do it too. Exactly, an IB school. Yep. You guys, each one, reach one, teach one. Now, you can make it more complicated if you want it to be. You can. And understand what I'm sharing here, it can be applied to anything. There are people out there that have, skill bases and things they want to teach around. It still gets to be this easy, though. If you allow it to be this easy, it's still the art of promotion. It's still being a prolific content creator to sell whatever it is that you want to sell. The game doesn't change. But as someone that was brand new, that needed to start, I started making money, right? Through the power of licensing, through the power of done for you, ready-made opportunity that taught me something. And then I got to turn right back around and share with other people. So they learned something and have created businesses, millions, allowing others to learn what they know. And they allow people to pay them. Who's ready to allow people to pay you? That alone, you guys, right there, I could do a whole lesson around. So many struggle because they just simply want to allow people to pay them. And that goes back to promotion. You don't promote because you don't want people to pay you. You're afraid that, oh my God, if someone pays me, right, things could go wrong. They could not like it. So many mindsets around this stuff that hold people back. I bet I freak some people out just by saying allowing people to pay them in volumes. I love it. I'm ready. So again, you guys, let it be easy. It's not a new concept. All this stuff, you guys, it's not a new concept, I promise. I hope I've just shed light on how easy and how light this can actually be for you. Okay. So again, this is exactly how I got started. I became a product of what I purchased, and I became a product of what I was selling, which was simply make money online training. Like, it was what it was. I became a product of that. And again, I went out there and I reached more people and I allowed more people to buy it from me. This is what it takes. This is what most don't do. Okay, most never become a true product of what they want to sell. Most people will come into courses like this and never become a product. It's like they're just kind of there as an onlooker, but they never submerge themselves. They never really become a product, right? So then, of course, it's hard to have conviction around it. Of course, right? Be a true product of this and you'll find it easy to share it and to sell it. It's easier to take people on a journey when you're like, but this is all that I know. Like, I learned this, it makes so much sense. Like, this is all that I know. It's easier to take someone on the journey versus trying to sell them on an idea or a concept that you think is good. That's way different than simply saying, this is where I am. I found this amazing course. I found this amazing community. These are all the things that I'm learning. Like, I can't believe that I was overlooking all these things all this time, or I'm brand new to all of this. I'm so glad this was my first investment, because I definitely know it was money well spent. I'm learning so much. And I know that based on what I'm learning over the next 30, 60, 90 days, this is what I see for myself, right? Or I see 2025 being a totally different year than 2024 was. There are people out there that simply need to know that their 2025 can be better than their 2024 if they just started to do something different and learn something different. Like, literally, your messenger journey is needed. More people don't need to, buy this. They need to be inspired to want more for themselves, to know more is available, to know other people are doing and wanting the same things that they want and are doing something about it. And then they have the confidence, right, that I can buy from Veronica. Like, I feel connected to where she's going. I want it too, right? I trust her judgment. She's been showing up, talking about the thing. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. But you got to decide, again, to be an awesome promoter by becoming a prolific content creator. All right. So again, become a product of this community. So I'm going to encourage you, y'all that are already here, right? Take this charge. If you're on the outside looking in, this is what I'm inviting you into. This can change your life. Become a product of this community. Use the instructions and the resources to get set up. Okay, when you get done with this, you will be fully set up with the business of your own, generating your own leads, building your own email list, your own payment processors, people paying you directly, whether it's deciding to sell this course or whether it's deciding to sell something else, they're paying you directly. You own the process. You own the marketing. You own it. All right? To create a marketing routine. And as you share your journey and connect with others, you'll find this to be a very logical recommendation to make. You guys hear me on this. When you come in, you follow the instructions. You get set up. You learn some new skills, right? You've amazed yourself that you actually did this doggone thing. It then becomes a logical recommendation if you want to help other people in the same way, like when I was first getting started. And like when I encountered this course, it's a logical recommendation. It just makes sense. Like, it's the thing you need to buy. Where most people struggle is that they never take the action. They never follow through. They never get set up. They never really become a product of this. So a logical recommendation doesn't make sense. And now it's hard. I can't sell it. Yeah, because you're not a part of it. It's like recommending someone go to a restaurant you've never experienced. You can't talk about what's on the menu. You can't make them feel like they're there with you, right? You don't make them want it because you haven't experienced it yourself. All right, so you got to decide, again, to be it. All right, you guys, this course / community, Digital Profits U, is designed for you to learn and to earn with it. It's designed to be exactly what I was able to experience in 2007. Just clearly way better, more robust, more comprehensive, right? Allows you to position yourself to make a lot more money, to learn everything you need to learn and not just bits and pieces, right? And it's like I said earlier, if you missed it, my vision is literally like to be the it community when it comes to learning and earning for people, right? That again, they understand the power of master resale rights, ownership and control, right? Building something that no one can ever take away from you. And again, us showing people how to do all of this, how to attack all of this in a responsible, respectable, legit way. That is why I told you today was going to be a slow roll, because I think more people really need to have this dumbed down, right? To understand this is not hard. It gets to be simple. When one, you understand what you are a part of, what you have your hands on, because then you can show up and you can create content responsibly. You can create content that attracts. You can create content that resonates. You can create content that is simply just sharing your journey and your genuine excitement, right? And you can call people in that have been looking for exactly what you are offering. Y'all, I'm so amped, right, about where we are going and the lives that we're going to change and touch, right? Because of our heart and desire for how we do business. I am not afraid of that 3-letter word. I'm not afraid of MRR. I want to be the go-to community, right? Not because we'll grow virally. I don't care about that crap, but because of the way that people will learn how to get set up, navigate their business, and how to actually be in their business to get the results that they desire. And, you know, the people that I get to be in communication with all the time, they constantly remind me that by dumbing down a lot of the things that I do, it's helped them realize that this is not as hard as so many people think it is. Right? Like, yeah, we can get all fancy with our cameras and our lighting. And I've had people say, but Steph, do I got to get all dolled up like you? This is just me. Like, this is not dolled up. This is just me. You can do you. You can be you. You can have fun with this. Right? Like, you can do like crappy reels that are just you in your life. Like, forget all the aesthetics. And you can, literally, it's the power of attraction marketing. Right? That's what all of this is about, and connecting with people that are like, this is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been looking for. And that was me when I found those bits back in 2007. I'm like, this is exactly what I need. They're doing exactly what I want to do. I see myself doing what they're doing. And it allowed me to get started fast and to build up my confidence really fast as well. Because I just didn't view this as being something hard. All right, you guys, what we have here is gold. All right. And what's going to help a lot of people, because all the dynamics are here. That's the thing. Within this community, all the dynamics are here. The education, the resources, the license, the mentorship, you guys, and the opportunity. And the opportunity. Truly learn and earn. It's truly set up so that you can model exactly what I've broken down for you today, which is exactly what I did as a beginner to start making money within 3 days of being online. You guys, anyone can decide to model this. All right. If you are ready to get started on this journey, if you're ready to commit to yourself, if you're ready to invest in yourself, right? Like, if you know it's go time, I'm going to invite you to get started. I shared this earlier. I'm going to say it again. This Monday, right, is our community training, right, for my personal customers. All new customers moving forward will get 60 days in my level 2 mentorship program, right, which gives you additional training each month, as well as my mentorship hub, where you'll find additional lessons and resources, teachings, past replays from calls that we've done all throughout this month, my online business growth blitz, right, absolutely gold. All right. So every new customer of mine will get 60 days into that. That's my private mentorship that you get in addition. This Monday, right, we are doing a crazy deep dive on creating intentional content. I am breaking down on exactly what to do to be able to sit down and to come up with content ideas for weeks. Like, literally, if you want to be able to plan out or at least think out and feel so confident about your content plan between now and the end of the year, I'm going to show you how literally you can create 3 to 4 months of content or even more. Right? I'm going to show you exactly how to get the ideas, where to get the ideas, right? And this is going to be, it's going to be good for no matter what platform you want to use. All right. This, again, I know this is needed because more people, again, they need to have the power of how to become a prolific content creator, to know they're creating content that is already wanted out there, right? And to have the confidence that, wow, I actually have a lot of things, right, to create. I can be prolific. I can be an awesome promoter. All right. And then on the back end of that, right, you're also going to learn, again, how to become that awesome promoter through the content that you actually create. Y'all, I'm so excited for Monday. Monday really could be a paid call. But like I said, it's going to be the first of my trainings that I'm doing to contribute to the new level 2 mentorship. So I'm super, super excited. You guys, to get started, all you got to do is go down below, goprowithsteph.com, or if you're on my email list, click on any link in an email that you've received from me. When you get started today, right, your investment, $500, one time. All right, for that $500, you're going to get access to the course. You're going to get access to our Master Resale Rights community, where you'll be able to resell the entire community. You're going to get access to office hours every single Tuesday, where you can get guidance, be supported, right? Have a place to show up, to know that you're not in business all by yourself. You can get tech help and tech support, right? If you want to talk mindset stuff, whatever. It's no agenda. I just show up. My Zoom room is open and you guys pop in, right? And you make use of the time however you need it. All right. Who's doing that out there? All right. But I know that's what I'm supposed to be doing to help people. All right, you get the license. So you'll be able to, again, goprowithsteph.com. You'll be able to model, right, my exact sales system. You'll be able to sell the Digital Profits You community and course exactly as you see me selling it through my system. Write this down. Module number 9 for anyone that wants to fast track themselves, because you can go through the course however you want to. If you're a total newbie, you may want to start from the beginning and just work your way down. If you're a little bit more advanced and you're like, Steph, I'm ready to work this plan. Like, I want to get out there Monday and I want to start creating content. Module number 9 will help you set up your sales system. All right. So that you are actually set up to begin selling this course to other people. Module number 9 will give you everything that you need, right, to get this course set up. I've had many people do it within a few hours. I've had some people do it within days. Some have done it within weeks. It just depends upon your motivation level, right? For going through it, it's step by step. It's over the shoulder. It's very simple to understand. My girl Veronica knew nothing about making money online. None of this stuff. None of it. Like literally none of it, right? And working full time. She was able to get it set up within 3 weeks. However, she started from the very, very beginning and worked her way down through the course. And I've had other people that went straight down to module number 9, and within 24 hours, 72 hours, like I said, in some instances, a couple of hours, and they were able to get it set up, right? So again, module number 9, okay, that's where you go if you want to get things set up quickly, right? But everything is there for you. You're going to learn all about establishing your vision, your mission, your niche, your branding, all about what digital marketing is. You're going to learn all about creating a product if that's what you want to do. That's not what I wanted to do, right? You're going to learn how to set up your money getting systems. You're going to learn how to connect your payment processors. You're going to learn how to set up your email marketing and how to begin email marketing. We even give you starter emails to use, and I give you more emails in my mentorship hub. You're going to learn how to create content, right? So you're going to learn the foundations of content creation. You're going to learn how to use YouTube. You're going to learn how to use Instagram. You're going to learn how to use TikTok. You're going to learn how to use Facebook, and you're going to learn how to use Pinterest. You're going to learn how to do blogging if you want to do blogging, right? You're going to learn how to implement customer service inside of your business to keep the coins going, right? You're going to learn a little bit about AI as well. We have a brand new module in there, passive income using AI. And you're going to learn a little bit of foundation around how to use ChatGPT, right? Things that a lot of people simply don't know. It is literally all there for you. And then on Monday during our training, right? Powerful content creation masterclass. That's going to absolutely blow your mind. If you've been struggling with content, you will never be able to say that you struggle with content ideas and creating content moving forward, right? Literally, I promise you. You've been waiting for this and you likely didn't even know you've been waiting for it. All right. So get started down below, goprowithsteph.com. If you do have any questions, go to goprowithsteph.com first, right? Review the sales page. All right. If your question is not answered there, feel free to hit reply on any email that you receive from me, right? I'll be more than happy to answer your question and invite you to go ahead and get started. You guys, I really, really hope that today served you. For the next few months, like this is what I'm focused on, is making sure people know how simple it can be to get started, to learn these skills, to get set up, and to get your booty out there and begin making money. I just don't believe anything about my business is a fluke. I really believe it's because I work and I commit myself to a formula. And my formula just does not deny me, right? My formula just does not deny me. And I literally gave it to you so that you can use it and make it your own. Thank you so much, Veronica. I'm going to scroll up just for a second and see if there's any questions. I love this. This Saturday school was incredible. Thank you so much, Steph. You are welcome. Steph, you're a blessing. Thank you. Let me see. I love it. Nice says, yup, I refuse to give up to get in. I remember your journey, girl. Vinny says, I'm paying attention and you're telling the truth as always. Thank you. Steph, this is awesome. Are you still promoting 3.0 and the affiliate program? I will not be promoting the affiliate program. 3.0 is in Digital Profits U. So I created Digital Profits U as our MRR community. I don't want to roll with affiliate marketing as my front end money. I want to be in absolute ownership and control. I love MRR, and I love, as you can tell from today, I love empowering people with such an opportunity for them to get set up and set themselves up to really begin earning 100% profits in a very simplified way. Can you apply this blueprint, right, in this framework to like the affiliate program? You can. Like if you want to leverage the roadmap exclusive, right, and apply this framework, absolutely. But a big part of my marketing message is ownership and control. And I love knowing that I own my sales page. I love knowing that Veronica owns her sales page. I love knowing that my customers, like they own their sales page. They own their thank you page, like their payment processors, like everything is theirs. So that, again, what if something changes in my life? I love knowing that I've empowered people, right, with the information that, again, no one can ever take away from them. With our system, you get to download the core Roadmap 3.0 course so that you get to own that forever, no matter how things change. And it was that saving grace that saved the MRR opportunity for our community, right? Is that we got to download the course and then I got to fill in the blanks and, license other modules that I needed to license, right? To keep the 3.0 alive, right? And being able to serve people that still want to rock with the master resale rights community. So again, like I'm not shy about it. I love the ability to be able to get something set up that I didn't have to create and to be able to earn, again, $500 over and over and over again, because I know I'm empowering people with what they need to be able to roll. So yes, my community sells the Roadmap 3.0. All right. The majority of my community, they're not here for the affiliate only because they've always bought into my message. They weren't really roadmap seekers. The majority of my community are people that were just seeking to learn this stuff and my content appealed to them. So like many of them are not even like moved by a lot of the changes happening because they bought into the messaging, right, that I have been creating, again, which is what I teach people, not to ever be reliant upon like the name of something you're promoting, but to really learn how to build your brand. So the opportunity to get the affiliate side is not even available anymore. All of our links are dead, just so people know. And so again, it's business as usual. I'm just moving on and doing what it is that I do. So I hope that answers your question. If not, feel free to email me. More than happy to help you figure that out more. And when they do launch, you guys, on Sunday, the Roadmap exclusive, I do know the price for that will be $597. All right. So we're with the MRR, we just offer it for $500. So that's just a heads up in case anyone needs to know. Now it all makes sense. Yep. How do you download the courses to put them on your own platforms? That is all in the training. So when you go to our system, you're going to go all the way to the very last module, module 30, and you're going to request to download the core material. I will then give you access to download the core material. And then we have training in the course as well on how that you can actually upload the course using School. And if you don't want to use School as a platform, you can use that training and help you make sense of any other platform that you might want to put it on. So yeah, it's all there to help you with that. Yep. Hope that answers your question. All right, you guys. Again, if you have any other questions about getting started, I want to encourage you, get started. Would love to see you on Monday. The training is going to be amazing. I promise you. But if you do have questions, go to GoProWithSteph.com. Go ahead and opt in. Go ahead and review the sales page. It's really easy to read. You'll see everything that you get. And if you still have questions, feel free to hit reply. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. And again, invite you to go ahead and get started. So again, you guys, this is exactly what I did as a beginner, right? To start making money online. And it's exactly what you can begin doing too, right? To seriously fast track your success. Unlike most people, what you got to do is just simply do it. Right? Have a fantastic day, you guys. I look so forward to seeing you inside of the community. I look forward to seeing you guys Monday. I look forward to seeing you on office hours on Tuesday. And I know I'm just so doggone excited. Just know really, really great things, right, are coming. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better. Have a great day, you guys. Take action. Bye-bye.